So with some standing warm up to start with. What I'd like to do is just have everybody face the seat of your chair. So that may mean having your chair a little bit of an angle so you can face the seat of your chair and still see me. Or you could use a bed if you're like in your bedroom, or you can use a couch. Or some other surface, because we're gonna do some bending over. Let's start. We're just facing the chair, feet hip width apart. Let's open and close the hands, big backward arm circle. As you come down, squeeze your seat and pull in the stomach and the urinary muscles. Good. And then from here, we're going to do a side bend while we have those core muscles engaged, and then use your belly to pull you back up. And we'll go over to the other side, kind of a melting, a little stretch, but feel your seat, feel your urinary muscles really continuing to contract. And then use this kind of like this back and belly pulling you up. A little melting to the side, fingertips approaching the knee, pulling up and over and pulling up. And then we want to extend the back, keep that movement going. So stay just where you are. I'm going to turn so you can see a little better. Fingertips on one hand, kind of right along the back of your thigh. Let's take both hands back. Let your shoulders release and go back. And then fingertips down. Squeeze your seat, push your hips forward. Try to reach one hand a little closer to your knee. Pull in the belly, use your belly to pull you up. Squeeze your seat, push the hips forward, other hand drifting toward the knee. Pull in the belly and straighten up. And we'll do each hand again. Hips with the seat contraction, go forward. Belly pulls you up. And the other hand, squeeze the seat, hips forward, pull in the belly to bring you up. Let's take a breath in and a breath out. And circle the shoulders back. And while we're standing here, see if we can come up on the toes. And with that, we're working on firm ankles and the weight being toward your first and second toe. So the weight on the inside of the foot, you don't want the ankles to bow out. You want straight, firm ankles. And try to slow it down if you can. Find your balance with that. And let's take a breath with the toe rise. And out. Try for a little pause. And out. Very good. Very good on that. Takes quite a bit of balance on its own. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We're facing the seat of the chair. I'm going to step back just a little so that I can bring my hands to my knees, hinging at the hips, and then I'm just going to go on to the floor. And I'm going to take one hand out to the side. I have my knees bent. My back is fairly flat. My bent knees are allowing me to reach the floor. And then other arm out toward the ceiling. And down. Now find those stomach and urinary muscles. Contract those as you do this half circle with the arm and then the other side. And then I'm going to put my hands back up to my knees, give a little push, and then step forward toward the chair. And bring my hands to the chair. Also, hinging the hips. Trying to keep a flat back. I'm gonna turn the hands out and grab the side of the chair like this. Be a little easier on the wrist. Your fingertips can kind of curl down. Okay, we're gonna lift one foot back and straighten the leg, give a stretch. And pull. And carefully, with control, bring that down. Check on the flat back. Your gaze could be toward the back of your chair seat, so your neck is more straight. And we'll do the other leg, lifting back, and that back leg, stretch it straight, point the toe, stretch that foot toward the wall behind you. And we'll bring that down, bend the knee a little. We'll do each side again, pulling back, point, stretch, bring it down, bend the knee, the other side, lift straight back, point the toes, straighten the knee, stretch it back, and bring that down. From here, we're going to take a step back. And so now bring your hands up so your fingertips are on the chair. We'll take a breath in, bend your knees, a breath out. Let your seat move back and your head move down between your arms, and you're looking straight toward the floor. Not looking at your feet, but looking at the floor. So that straight neck. And then one knee at a time, we'll try to partially straighten. One knee and bend, and then the other knee. And then partially straighten both knees, or maybe fully, and let your seat pull back, your fingertips stay in contact with the chair. You get that big stretch in the shoulders and the thighs. Belly in, urinary muscles up. And then let your hands fall to the floor. You can bend your knees a little. And then we're going to tip. Knee comes down a bit, knees bend, reach out. Use your back and trunk muscles to stretch up. And we'll bring the hands down, circle the shoulders back. Take a big breath in and out. And we're going to do some foot movement for balance now before we go to our impacts. So let's go ahead. Get our chair turned now where you can touch the back of your chair. And we're going to start with a hip loosener. So your chair is there if you need it. And to be thinking of, if you're using your chair, you try for a light touch of one or two fingers. We're going to bend the knee and swing it back and forth. And let's take the other side. So it's standing on one leg, lift the knee, and give a swing. Let's see if we can add some arms with that. You could add one arm or both arms, depending on how much support you need. That lift, and as we swing, try to do some arm movement, like you might do if you were jogging. Down, and let's bend the other knee and try some arm movement on that side. And just be persistent, be patient, and work at it. One side could be easier than the other. Oh, finally I could straighten up and get a gentle swing. That took some practice, But we want to practice. We want the balance to be challenged and to practice and get a little better. Now, feet hip width apart, we're going to take a breath and go to the toes. And another breath up to the toes. And out. Let's do a little heel walk. Belly in. Urinary muscles contracted, seat contracted, a little toe walk. Okay. Now we're going to do a little kicking. So the leg swing was to help prepare for the kick. The chair is there in case you need it, because kicking is a way of working on balance because it kind of disrupts your center of balance. Let's try it. Punch, punch, forward kick, punch, punch, other side, punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, punch, kick. Now we're going to try a side kick, which looks like we just try that. Kick, side, kick, try the other side, a kick, a kick. So you want to be behind your chair a little so that you don't kick your chair. Side kicks are trickier for balance. Let's try a punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, other side, punch, punch, kick, alternating, kick. Okay, let's take a breath in. The breath. So pull the shoulders back. And we're going to try front, then side. So we'll go to the other leg. Front, then side. So punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, front, punch, punch, side, punch, punch, front, punch, punch, side, punch, punch, front, punch, punch, side. All that shifting of the center of gravity. Reach forward, tap back, reach forward, tap back. Think of this, in addition to working on balance, is a real strengthener for the seat and the back. So really contract as you pull your elbows back, in the back, and the leg back is in the seat. So getting all of those muscles in the back of the body all together. Tap. Okay. Take a breath in, a breath out. Let's do a little twist to loosen things up. Think of your neck loosening, your shoulders, your spine, your hips, your knees, your ankles, everything getting that little twist. We're going to take a lunge, and this will be like probably half of your regular lunge. Let's take a lunge to the front, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a punch, punch, and lift the back leg. So it'll be a punch, punch, lift, punch, punch, lift, punch, punch, lift. Just join in when you're ready. Punch, punch, lift. Just two more. Punch, punch, lift. Punch, punch, lift, step back, a breath in, a breath out, and let's go to the other side. So we get into a lunge, not your biggest lunge, but both knees are bent and you're on the ball of your back foot. Punch, punch, kick back, punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick. I see that. It's kind of energetic. Kick, last one, kick, and then we'll go ahead and step forward. Okay. And let's go ahead and step out. We're going to do a stretch before we go on to the impacts. Let's go ahead. We're going to take a breath in. We're going to hinge at the hips. And then you can bend your knees a little. We're going to reach to the inside of one foot and come that part way up. But get the back straight. Pull the arms back so you get the back strengthening. Twist, look to the side. Back to the center. Belly in. Urinary muscles contracting. Back muscles working hard. Reach. Back to the center. And reach. Back to the center. And then let's go ahead, take both hands down, let your head drop, feel free to bend your knees and dangle. Really dangle, stretch that low back. Walk your hands forward now. Look kind of straight at the floor. Lift the hands, reach toward the screen and muscle it up. Step back together. Circle back. And we're gonna do our impacts and we're gonna mix them up with lunges. So this is a good time, if you need to drink of water, take a little drink. So we'll still get at least 100 impacts Okay, let's take another breath into the toes. And one more of those. And now we're gonna get ready to sit. So we get our chairs near the screen. If you can, some of you, if your screen is pointing up, to point it downward a little bit so it's more straight looking at you. Our plan is to do some seated exercise, and after that, we're going to go on the floor, and we're going to use the weights, both seated and on the floor today. So in front of our chairs here, kind of with your screen pointed toward you, separate the feet and the knees equally. She'll look down about 6 inches there. And we do some slow squats, another way of working on both density and balance. Okay, so we're gonna just bring your hands down toward the knees, trying to keep that kind of a flat back. So sticking the seat out, you want the seat to hit the chair. You can touch your chair, make sure it's in a good spot. And then we try to lower, keeping the back muscles engaged. So you want to avoid hanging from your back as you sit. We're trying to keep the back muscles working as we go down and lift. And let's go down one more time. Soft landing we're working on, and a lot of control with standing. Okay. Now we're going to try to go down softly, and then we're going to stand up quickly. Go down soft and slow, and a quick lift. We're going to add some arms. This is to engage back and stomach muscles. Go down soft and slow. We're going to lift and switch the arms. Go down soft and slow. And lift and switch. And let's bring both arms overhead. Check your chair, check your position that you're centered. And we'll go down. That really uses the back muscles quite a bit. Let's come to the sides. Let's do a stretch. And a stretch. Give some breathing with that stretching. Stretch. And let's bring the arms down, and then we're gonna flip that where we stand up slow, which is harder, and we go down fast. So this is getting the feet flat. We want to, you can bring your hands to your knees, hinge forward. Make sure your feet are as close as you can get them and have them be flat, because you want them underneath the heavy part of your body. So now we're going to see if we can lift and go up slowly. And making your chairs there, we're going down quicker. That slow lift. And quicker, but no smacking on the chair. Just quick, but controlling it so you land softly. Okay, here we go. Slow lift. Quick descent. One more. Slow lift. And a quick descent. Nice. Okay, good. I can see it. Okay. And then something that we do occasionally, and this is if your knees don't bother you and you feel very stable with what we just did. You're going to cross one leg over, and this works a lot more on balance. Again, hinge forward. We're doing it all at a medium speed. That lift. and back down. And because the body needs practice when you try something different. Try that again. And back down. And then we'll just cross the other way. Okay, inching forward, it feels a little odd at first. That lift. And back down, still wanting to land with control. We'll do it one more time, that lift. And that landing with control. Just kind of a nice challenge that one. Let's reach up and in. Up and out. One more time. And just bring your hands down to the knees. Give a little push to straighten the back. And then let's just lean forward, give a lift, use the back muscle, and come back and bring your elbows back. So lean forward, and the elbows stay right there along the sides of your body. And you go back, they just brush the rib cage and pull back. And reaching forward and pulling back. Let's bring the hands here. Let's try touch, reach, down, a touch, reach, down. And then give a little push for that straight back. Let's bring the hands here. We'll touch the elbows. We'll go wide. And here's where you want to feel like your throat and your neck is relaxed. So sometimes you drop the elbows a little to get that feeling. The elbows pulling back. Straight back, pull the belly in, contract the urinary muscles. Keep that neck relaxed. And we'll try some backward elbow circles. Try some forward elbow circles. Thinking of the belly, urinary muscles, neck relaxed. And then we'll straighten and extend the wrist so you feel the stretch across the front of the elbow and the wrist. Let's rotate up and rotate down. We're rotating mainly in the shoulder to get those palms to move, kind of like windshield wipers. Up and down, and then we'll just go to a neutral position, a breath in, a breath out. Circle the shoulders back. You get a lot of strengthening just holding your arms up for a long time because they're heavy. We're going to lean back in the chair now. So because we're probably a few inches forward, we're going to lift one knee, grab the knee and give a pull, let your head fall forward, get a stretch. And then looking forward, contract the belly, and we'll slowly lower. And then lift, a pull, and this is a chance to relax. And looking forward, contract the belly, slowly lower. Separate and reach up, stretch, stretch, stretch. And we really want to reach and touch the toe. And reach straight out to the side a little. Stretch, 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 and then lift. The back muscles are working. And then over, and reach down. And reach straight out. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And up. We're going to bring the hands out. We're going to lean, close, open, center. A lean, it's like a hug, open, center. We're kind of getting ready. This is getting us ready for some tango coming up. Lean, hug, open, center. Also real good for back muscles. That leaning, nice stretch, hug, out. Start using the muscles, the lift. Good for the muscles. Breath in. And breath out. Go back. And let's bring the legs in. And in the park, last Thursday, we did a tango. We're going to do a slightly different tango today. I want to remind everybody of the tango rhythm is like slow, 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 quick, quick. So spread, flows, spread, quick, quick. Before we move on, add the VUS muscles, belly, urinary, seat. Spread, flows, spread, quick, quick, spread, flows, spread, quick, quick. Okay. Bring the hands down and think of the energy that is in the body of the dancer. Try to keep that energy in your body. So for some leg movements, we'll do slow, slow, pedal, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick. Now we're going to add a different leg movement. It's going to be a move up, down, up, quick, quick, up, down, up, quick, quick. With that movement, again, we're trying to keep this straight back so it becomes very much a core exercise. Lift, down, lift, quick, quick, lift, down, lift, quick, quick, lift, straighten, bend, quick, quick, lift, straighten, bend, quick, quick. Now that exercise, that lift, looking for a full straightening while the back muscles hold you up, lift, quick, quick, lift, full straightening, lift, quick, quick. That's even more of a core exercise than the prior exercise. We'll relax, 2, 3, snap, snap, down, 2, 3, snap, snap. 2, 3, get that stretch, back, 2, 3, snap, snap, touch, front, out, snap, snap, touch, down, down, snap, snap, touch, front, front, snap, snap, touch, down, down, snap, snap. Now, side. And again, just really up with that lifted chest, lifted heart. Touch your shoulder, look to the side, snap, snap, out, touch, head, snap, snap, side, touch, head, snap, snap, side, touch, head, snap, snap, underground, side, 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 touch, reach, side, 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 touch, reach. Let's bring that arm down. We're finishing with a back stretch. So we'll lean forward, flat back, pull in the belly, tuck the chin, curl up, unroll. And then the ending is from the unroll to reach like this. It's such a good stretch. Vascular movement for everything. So let's try that again. Stretch forward, flat back, curl up, unroll. And then just reach. Let's take a breath in, a breath out. And I'm going to turn on a classic tango. Probably everyone will recognize this. It's a slower tango, so it's because it's hard to follow along online. Here we go. Get the music. And we start right away. There's no relaxation before we start our movement. Back your shoulders circle and the other side. One more. Okay. That was a good challenge. Great, looked great. Anyway, a good challenge, everybody, and that was very good. I saw a lot of energy in the trunk muscles. Everybody with good posture there. Okay, let's grab our weights. We're going to do a few weights in the chair before we go to the floor. Because my mat is right there. I'm just going to spread it out. Here, right here. Okay. So, because we can't do it on the floor, we're going to do some overhead work to start with. So, sitting, push your feet into the floor to activate those 3 areas of trunk muscles: belly, urinary, and seat. Let's go one overhead, the other side. Pushing straight up. As you do it, think of going to a fully straight elbow. You do want to feel your back muscles working, holding you up good and straight. And now we're going to see if we can do both hands, straight elbows and down. And we can add legs, straight and then back in. So we add hip and belly a little more vigorously when we add the legs. And down and up and down. Very good. Let's go ahead and let's put the weights on the floor, leaving room for your mat. So if you have a floor mat, go ahead and put it in front of your chair. Put your weights on the floor just past the front edge of your mat. I'm going to shift the camera. Let's go back to the chair for the very beginning. I'm going to do those very good low density exercises. So we're halfway forward in the chair and we scoot a little closer to the edge. And we're going to grab the front corners of the chair, feet and knees about 6 inches apart. And then we try straightening the elbows and putting light pressure into the heel of the hand. Get your seat forward a little more. And so I still have wide shoulders. Now I'm going to work on elbows back, shoulders back and down. So the tendency is to let the shoulders push up. Let the shoulders to stay back and down as you push. And this requires some upper back muscle, which are some postural muscles. And if you're okay with adding more pressure, you might want to inch your seat off the front of the chair, and you can kind of dangle, supporting your upper body weight in your wrists. So putting a significant number of pounds of pressure for bone density. And then let's just scooch back on. Bring the hands forward. Let's flap. Let's bend the wrists and just kind of give a little pump. Let's bring them out to the sides and let's circle. And then for the shoulders, they'll bring the hands forward, big backward arm circle. Because while this is a great exercise, it is definitely a lot of pressure for some people who might have wrist problems. So you have to gauge it. Like all exercise, very important to find a line where you get a benefit and don't put it on. So sometimes that's holding on for the wrist and just elbows back, shoulders back and down, give some light pressure. This probably puts 10 or 15 pounds of pressure into each of your wrists, which is good for bone density. And if you feel like your structure is up to it, you can edge your seat off the chair. And we might even add a muscle strengthener by bending the elbows and lowering the hips. So this is back of the upper arm especially, but we're going to do another exercise with the weights pretty soon for those muscles. And we scooch back on the chair. Okay, we'll come forward. Let's do that same sequence to loosen in the wrist. This is like a good post-yard work wrist workout. And then bend, little kind of an impulse with bending. We'll go out to the sides. You can circle. Be sure to keep your neck relaxed, the shoulders down with that. Let's bring the hands down. Let's open and close as we do big backward shoulder circles. Yeah. And then we're going to go ahead and go on the floor, and we are going to start seated. So if you're up for it with your shoulder mobility, we're going to scooch forward on the chair. Maybe tuck one foot behind like this and see if you can lower yourself to the floor. Or you can get down, whatever works for you. Okay, now I see mostly shoulders and heads. Welcome to the floor, everybody. So the seated position on the floor is great for trunk strengthening. If you sit and you can't have a straight back and you can't have straight knees, either or, you want to get a cushion under your seat. And another word about your seat is you want to pull your seat flesh back. You can really sit on those knobby bones in your seat. Okay, we're going to bring the hand to the chest, stretch up, feel those trunk muscles working, trying to hold you in the seated position. We're going to bring those down. We're going to fully straighten one elbow and then touch your shoulder. Fully straighten the other elbow, palm up and touch. Straighten, extend, and touch. Straighten. So focus on the elbow here while we're using those core muscles. Okay. Then we're going to just bring the hands down toward the knees. And we're going to do a lean forward, like you want to keep your head down by your knees, but just curl. And then use your back muscles to straighten you up. We'll try that, the hands to the sides, a curl. And then back muscles pulling you up. Exhale with the curl. Inhale. To straighten. And then exhale. And then inhale. Let's bring our hands down by the hip. And we come back a little. A moment's rest. And then, if you have to move your chair back a little to give you space, right near the time, you want to lean back a few degrees. And reach your hands back, but you don't want a lot of pressure on your hands. Go ahead and take your shoes off. And okay, I'm gonna lift my heart, use my back muscles back. Feels like I'm pushing my front of my rib cage forward. I'm gonna bend one leg, pull the heel in, and then back out. The other knee. Pull the heel in, and then back out. And the bend, slide, and a bend, slide. And then I'm gonna push myself, get back up as straight as I can. Just push, straighten up, and then fold forward the hips. Okay to bend your knees a little. You want to stretch in the hips and the back. See if you can touch your shins, maybe touch your toes, let yourself dangle forward. And then reach with both hands, thumbs up. Use your back muscles to lift yourself up. Down. And now we're going to turn sideways. Bend your knees. Have your weights nearby because we're going to use those in just a moment. And we're going to do some exercises laying on the back. You need a cushion under your head when you lay on your back. This would be a good time to make sure you have something handy. For some people, it's just hard to lay flat. Sure you have plenty of room. Okay, we're going to place the hands right near the hips. Elbows are going to go back and down on the floor so we can lay down with some control. And then from here, we're curl to the floor. And bend your knees and bring your feet a little closer to keep the feet and the knees separated about 6 inches, or your knees separated about 6 inches, and your feet separated about 6 inches. And we're going to grab these weights and we're just going to put them down in the crease of the hip. If you don't have weights, please just follow along with the movements. What we want to do is then contract the seat and push the belly up toward the ceiling. And then contract the seat, give a little extra push. My fingertips are holding the weight so they don't roll down, and then slowly lower. And then contract the seat, push, pause, contract the seat, push a little more. And we'll come down. So working on the seat and the back muscles. Now I'm going to move one foot a little more towards the center. I'm going to come up. Firmly contract the seat. And I'm going to straighten the other leg. So the one leg on the floor needs to be a little more centered. And then contract and lift. And then down. And I'm going to switch legs. I'm going to move this leg a little more toward the center of my body. Push up. Straighten the other leg. And then contract the seat and give a push. So really strengthening that buttock and back. And bring that down. Slowly lower. And then let's just set the weights for a moment. Kind of off to the sides, straighten the arms out, separate your feet, and we're going to twist knees to one side, knees to the other side. Shoulders stay down, but your hip can lift as you twist. And twist. So we're just looking to the hips and the low back to get a stretch. And then we're just going to keep those feet close together. We're going to take the weights and bring them to the shoulders. Elbows on the ground right next to your body. We're going to add the urinary muscle. the seat muscles, the belly muscles, and push straight toward the ceiling and down. So we're working on that push-up movement with some of the chest muscles. The good thing about laying on the back, good exercises with weights. Push fully straight elbow, slowly down. So it's like you're a machine. You go slowly up and same speed, slowly down. From here, we're going to work on the rotator cuff. We'll bring the arms out, but not quite to the floor. The weight's going out to the side and then up to the center. Slowly flare the forearms into the center. Remember those core muscles. Urinary, the seat, flip out, in. And now we're going to add other chest muscles. We'll bring the elbows out to the sides. So just drop my elbows out, partially straighten the arms. I'm going to contract my core and then bring the weights to the center, kind of above my face, and slowly out. But you don't have to touch the ground. Just almost to the ground. Touch. Slowly out. Slowly up. Slowly out. Slowly up. Okay, one more exercise in this position. We're bringing the weights down on each side of your head or your ears. Elbows toward the ceiling. And then we'll straighten the arms, putting the weight straight up, and then keeping the upper arm vertical. We just lower those to each side of the ear. Straighten. This is your elbow, is the only thing moving. You go up and down. This is the other exercise for the back of the upper arm. Down, one more. That's straightening and lowering. Now let's kind of turn on the side, place the weights in front of you, and we're gonna lay on the side. And we'll go ahead, we're gonna fully lay down on the side. You can bend the knees and put your arm or a cushion under your head. Just want your neck to be comfortable. We're going to use one weight. Okay, and we're going to straighten the top leg and flex the ankle. And then look down. You want to pull that top leg back so you can't even see the toe if you were to look down. Let's practice a leg lift from that position. So it's a side lift. Be very careful not to make a forward lift. We want that back and then side. As we do that, we're going to add this rotation of the weight and slowly down. So all of this slow contraction, slow release. I see the legs moving. Slow contraction, slow release, slow contraction, slow release. Maybe one more. Slow on that leg lift. It's not a kick. It's a the muscle slowly lifting, the muscle slowly releasing. Leave your weight there. Let's bend the knee and we'll give it that pull to the chest. And think of relaxing in your hip. Okay, and then we're going to push up and move the weights over so we can lay on the other side. Your head cushion over. And we'll go on the other side for our leg lift with the rotator cuff movement. Getting comfortable, only using one weight. Start out with both knees bent, and then we straighten one leg, flex the ankle, and look down and we pull back till we can't see the toe. And then the movement is kind of back behind you. That's how you activate hip muscle. Okay, we're going to get the weight, and it'll be in front of us as we lift. So we externally rotate. So the elbow stays right at your side, and it's that slow, controlled movement where you contract and release in a controlled way. You get more strengthening that way. The kick, the muscle just doesn't have to work so hard. We'll lift and down. Very good. Good following instructions there with that slow movement. And then we'll put that weight down. Let's bend both knees. We'll use the hands to push ourselves up. And we'll come sit. Now, if you need a cushion for sitting, and many people do, this is the time to sit on a cushion. I just happen to have always been kind of loose in my joints, but I know many people are not. We'd like to kind of sit cross-legged, and we'll do a twist before we stand up and move. So what we want to do is one arm, put the wrist kind of behind the knee and the fingertips on the floor. Your other hand reach back behind you, and then use your arm to help twist and look behind you. One thing to remember, the back is straight with this. It's not like a flex and twist. It's a straight in twist. So your shoulders might go to the side and look back. A breath in, a breath out, and a little extra twist. And then we'll take the hand around behind there, and this arm coming up, wrist behind the knee, fingertips to the floor. Give a lift to the heart and a straightening to the back, and then we can just give a little twist. Maybe you're looking to the side, and a breath in and a breath out. A little extra. Okay, back to the center. Okay, when we get that twist in, before we stand with that range of motion in the back and the ribs. So go ahead, come to your hands and knees. Today, let's go to the toes and lift the knees and walk the feet forward. So you can go ahead and lift up. Get ready to do our 5 deep, vigorous breaths. So feet hip width apart, palms forward, and pull back. And think you're just opening your heart, the upper part of your chest, so you can really receive the oxygen. And in through the nose. Circle back